Breaking news, everybody. Today is opening day around Major League Baseball, and that is no ... joke. And neither are these three chinchillas. Our MLB panel, consisting of DraftKings contributors Matt Lamarca, Kenny Ducey, and Garion Thorne, three dudes who can talk a dog off a meat wagon. It's MLB Over Under, and it's the return of the required Do You Fade Coors Field segment. Yay! Dodgers and the Rockies over 11. That is the highest total on opening day. Which way are you leaning, Maddie?
Yeah, so for me, this is a pretty easy under. Coors doesn't really become Coors until the summer months. You know, when it gets hot, the ball starts jumping off the bat. If you look at comparable totals at Coors in April or May, the under is actually 119, 110, and 8. So not an overwhelming push towards the under, but certainly not a huge lean on the over like we would see in the summer months. Also, have you guys seen this Rockies lineup? I mean, This is not the prime Rockies we're talking about with Larry Walker and Todd Helton. We've got Raimel Tapia in the leadoff spot. We've got Josh Fuentes batting second. Chris Owings, Garrett Hampson. Like, this team stinks. This team might not even be able to hit at Coors Field this year. So I feel comfortable, unless the Dodgers are going to score 8, 9, 10 runs, which is certainly possible. I think this game goes under.
Kenny, go ahead. You're still in Cooperstown, so you definitely know what you're talking about right now.
Are we going to bring up Larry Walker? Like, oh, yeah, Derek Jeter doesn't play for the Yankees anymore. Don Mattingly has been there. He's been gone a long time. No, come on, man. Like, we're not talking about, like,
you're the one spending more time on it.
Trevor Story, Charlie Blackmon, and CJ Crone will absolutely be able to hit home runs.
CJ Crone, right. Gotcha.
Yeah. What does CJ Crone do? He hits the ball in the air. What does the ball do when it's in the air in Colorado?
I'm just saying we've used that argument for players in the past, and it hasn't worked.
I don't care about how bad this Rockies team is. I still think this game goes over. I think that you look at the Dodgers, the last 6 opening days, and this is the day when we have nothing to work off this season except for just unscientific things. Look at the last 6 opening days for the Dodgers. 9 runs last year in a win. They had 17 combined runs in Dodger Stadium in a win in 2019. They had a 1-0 loss in 2018, which is like an outlier. Then a 14-3 win at Dodger Stadium in 2017. A 15-0 win in Petco Park in 2016. None of these were in Coors Field. None of these were in bandboxes. I mean, Petco Park, putting up 15 runs at Petco Park for the Dodgers is not easy to do. I think that the Dodgers lineup can cover this themselves against German Marquez, who, you want to talk about bad. I think that the Rockies at least have some guys in that lineup that can hit. They have nobody that can throw the baseball and expect to get outs. So I think that the Dodgers might put up like 10 runs themselves here. So that's why I like this over.
Okay. How much do you like the over, or how much do you like the under, Garion? Good luck.
There's so much here. First and foremost, Kenny's complaining about someone bringing up Larry Walker, and then he's talking about what the 2016 Dodgers did on opening day. Like that matters an iota today. Anyway, I'm with Matt because Matt made an actual reasonable case. And on my notes, I have circled high 60s in Denver. It's not warm yet. Coors isn't Coors. Clayton Kershaw's pretty good. Colorado's pretty bad. And look, I know the book on German Marquez varies depending who you talk to, but he was really good his last 5 starts of 2020. He has incredible stuff. That stuff tends to not play as well at Coors, granted. But he was someone who finished top 20 in FIP last season. So he's not the worst Rockies pitcher, because believe me, they get much worse after Marquez. So I will take the under here.
Gary, and the Chicago White Sox are a very popular bet on the DK Sportsbook right now to win the World Series, taking 18% of the money and 13% of the bets coming into opening day. They visit the Angels later tonight with a team total of 4.5. Do you like the White Sox to go over here?
I think this is an under for me too. We could talk about this in a lot of ways. Obviously, Eloy Jimenez is not going to be available for a very long time, and tonight specifically. Also, this White Sox lineup, I know they've made some tweaks since last season, but they were incredible incredible against left-handed pitching. They were kind of league average against righties last season. Like the numbers against southpaws really inflated their team totals last year. They had the same 105 WRC plus that Baltimore had against right-handed pitching in 2020. I think they're a really good team. I also think Dylan Bundy's a pretty good pitcher, and he's right-handed. And, we're talking about someone who had a FIP below 3 last season. So I think they'll score runs. I don't necessarily think tonight's the night. So I will take the under on the team total here.
All right, Kenny, what about you?
Yeah, I totally agree. Dylan Bundy and that wiffle ball slider are back for more in 2021. You look at a 98 ERA plus with the Orioles, and then the Angels go out and acquire him. And then in that shortened season last year, you mentioned it, Gary, in 11 starts, a 142 ERA plus. He was just absolutely spectacular, almost 10 Ks per 9 innings. The decider for me here in this game with really, I like the under in general because there's a lot of strikeout candidates on both sides of the ball. But you mentioned no Eloy Jimenez. I think that's going to be a bigger deal than people realize early on. Andrew Vaughn, in theory, yeah, he slides right in. But, you have other factors at play, like the fact he's going to be playing a new position, trying to learn that. We've seen that affect offense before for players. Also, he's a rookie. So, how many people were really in love with Carter Kieboom just sliding right in and taking over Anthony Rendon last year, and that didn't really work out. It rarely works out like you want to, right? So I think the White Sox are going to take a little bit of time to get their footing underneath them. They have a lot of talent. I expect a lot from them this year, but sometimes that talent means that there's a lot of pressure on you. And on the other side of the thing, you look at Dylan Bundy. He's just been absolutely incredible for the last 2 years now, and I think that he's going to put together a pretty good case here to be one of the best pitchers in the American League.
Maddie, you like the White Sox to go over their team total of 4.5 tonight?
No, I'm going to stick with the under as well. I mean, I agree with these guys. There is potential with this team, but that's what it is at the moment. It's potential. It's not realized. Luis Robert, guy that everyone expects to become one of the next great stars in baseball. He was a decidedly average hitter last season. Nick Madrigal and Andrew Vaughn, like maybe these guys become elite hitters and take this team over that threshold. But I kind of need to see it first, especially against a great pitcher like Bundy. So I'll take the under on opening day.
Guys, we got less than 3 minutes to go in the show, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward right to your favorite bet on the DK Sportsbook tonight for Major League Baseball opening day. Maddie, go ahead. Lead us off.
So I am going to go with the Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays over. And this goes directly against our good friend Kenny Ducey. I know that he is going to be on the other side of this game, but I just think that both of these teams are going to be able to hit. I don't really believe in Garrett Cole as like a true ace pitcher. He showed signs of regression last year, 3.89 FIP. The strikeouts are still there, but he gives up some hard contact. And with this whole, are they going to crack down on the foreign substances thing? He's one of those candidates to see another step backwards. So I think that we know that their offense should be able to get to Ryu, but I think that the Blue Jays offense will get to Cole. So I'm taking the over.
All right, we have less than 2 minutes to go. Kenny, a very quick reaction there. You look very upset.
Well, first of all, Matt told me before this segment that he didn't think the banned substances thing was going to do anything to any pitchers. So first of all, you can discount everything he said about that. Also, the Yankees awful against lefties, so I don't think they're going to get to Ryu. Also, it's very cold in New York. Also, Garrett Cole allowed 2 runs over 14 innings last year and 2 starts against the Blue Jays. I really like the Tigers plus 160 today. I'm all over the Tigers here. You look at this Tigers lineup, it's actually good. I was really shocked when I saw what they were able to do this offseason, spending no money. They ended up getting Nomar Mazara and Wilson Ramos into that lineup. Top to bottom, they're pretty good. On the other side of the coin, you have the Indians who do not hit lefties well whatsoever. 24th in WRC plus against lefties last year. What did they do? They added a lefty to the top of their lineup in Ben Gamble. They have a lefty cleaning up in Eddie Rosario. That was their big signing. And 3 of their last 4 hitters are all lefties. So a bad lefty hitting team just loading up with lefties this season against Matthew Boyd, who I don't really like at all. I actually hate Matthew Boyd with a passion and hate betting on him. But
wrap it up,
I do
kid.
I do feel like the Tigers offense gets it done here.
All right, Garion, we have like 30 seconds left. Real quick, please.
Just take the Padres team over 4.5. Mad Bum sucks. We talked about it in the first segment. They're stacked with amazing right-handed bats. No one can name 2 relievers in the Diamondbacks bullpen. It all works out. Padres going to score 11 runs today.